I'm just going to make this video and tell you about my experience with vaping. I just started about a week ago, and I've been doing quite well with it. I smoked regular cigarettes for about 18 years at a pack a day, so I figured now is the best time as ever to start vaping. This has been a good experience for me. I have learned a lot, particularly from friends and coming online and going to different websites. But the main place where I went to get everything I needed to start was a place called desertvapes.com. Desertvapes.com. Wonderful website. I can't say enough good things about it. They had everything I needed, and the shipping was reasonable. And I live in Virginia, and they are based out of Arizona. And I got my package within about 2 days, priority mail with $100 worth of insurance. Very reasonable price, super fast shipping, and great service. Not had one single issue yet with Desert Vapes, so kudos to them. All the links are going to be in this description of this video, so if you want to buy what I'm using here, feel free to do so. They're a great website and great prices. So let's get started. Vaping really is an alternative to smoking. It's not a smoking cessation aid like a lot of people think. It's just an alternative to traditional tobacco cigarettes. I don't know about you, but here where I live, cigarettes are about $5 a pack. I'm a single father, paying child support, trying to support myself as well, and smoking has become a very expensive habit. So I decided like now was best time as ever to try to get off of them. But I still like the hand-to-mouth deal, smoking. I actually enjoyed it, even though it's so bad for me. And I'm sure a lot of you smokers out there can relate to that. So some friends at work were telling me about this vaping, and I remember about a year or two ago I tried either Mystic or Blue. Mystic, I think it was, e-cigs, and it was terrible. The vape wasn't any good. The throat hit that you get, in the throat when you feel, you're inhaling the smoke, that nice like feeling in the back of your throat, I didn't get any of that. So I did that for maybe about 2 days, give or take, and then I just ended up throwing the whole thing away. It was just a waste of time, and I didn't like it. So basically, when you make the transition from an analog cigarette, regular tobacco, to a e-cigarette, it's got some major differences, and here they are. This is the battery. This is called the Heineken iTaste V3, and it's got a nice little LED screen that I'll explain a little bit later. And then there's your micro USB connection, so you can charge it. This is I believe it's an 800 milliamp battery. This lasts me all day from a full charge, even at a 12-hour shift at my job, vaping almost constantly. It lasts all day, and then it'll start turning orange. The LED illuminates to tell you what the charge level is. Just a word of advice: get the largest milliamp battery you can find. I'm obviously new to this, but milliamps, the more milliamps you have, the longer you're going to get out of the battery. And nobody wants to be running around and then, vaping away, and then all of a sudden the battery just die. So it's very important that you get a high quality, good battery. And Heineken is very good. They make very good products. So you're going to need the battery. That's number one. And then you're going to also need these tanks, which are, I don't know if you can see that good or not. This is a milliliter tank. Okay. And inside of these tanks, they have wicks, kind of like on a candle. And a coil, and the coil actually heats up this e-juice, this liquid, and you suck in on it, and that creates the vapor that you inhale and blow out that looks like cigarette smoke, but it really isn't. It doesn't stink, it doesn't have any odor, it dissipates within a matter of seconds. So that's what's really good about these products. I mean, it's awesome. Because my whole life, every non-smoker I've ever met always got something bad to say about a smoker. That stinks, don't do it here, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to hear none of that anymore. I mean, non-smokers, of course, are naturally going to be apprehensive about it, you know, because they think it's really smoke when it really isn't. But anyway, so enough of that. But anyway, these tanks, this tank in particular holds about 1 milliliter of liquid, which will last, I don't know, 8 hours maybe, 10 hours, depending on, all this is going to depend on how heavy a smoker you were when you smoked regular cigarettes. If you were a very heavy smoker, this might not last but like 2 hours. If you're a light smoker, this might last all day. I mean, it all depends primarily on your old level of smoking. So, and then here's another tank that I just got actually yesterday. This is a iClear 30. It's got more wicks, which means more vapor, and it has a swivel tip on it that goes like this, you know, different angles. And basically, you take the tank apart, you unscrew the top like so, and then you drip the liquid, which I'll show you in a minute, into this tank. But you don't want to hit the centerpiece because that's where the air hole is for the coil. And you don't want to flood your coil because then you'll get gurgling and it'll be a mess. But anyway, putting these things together is very straightforward. This is called 510 threading on this particular battery. I don't expect you to know what all these threads and stuff mean. That's really not relevant, but basically they just screw in one way, and you screw it in like so, and tighten it up. And don't over tighten because you can break the connector off inside and it's just a mess. And basically you'll push this button, suck in, and have a vape. And as you can see, look at all that smoke. I mean, it's very, it produces a lot of vapor for a little device. So there you are. You can just smoke it like a regular cigarette. The juices, the sky is the limit on the juices. Here is a orange flavored juice, a 20 milliliter bottle. Okay, I acquired this at a local shop for about $8, give or take. I think it's about $7.95 or something. Pretty decent. 12. These have different strengths of nicotine, and I'll explain that more in a minute. Here's one that I got from Desert Vapes. That's a 20 milliliter. This is a 10 milliliter. And this is also a 10 milliliter. And then the smaller, they have smaller ones that are like 3 milliliters. That's like a trial size. So you don't, my advice in the beginning, get the smallest size you can of these liquids, because if you don't like them, a lot of stores won't let you return them. So that's just something you need to keep in mind when you start doing this. But if you have friends like me that do vape, you can trade flavors, so that's kind of cool. You also will need these replacement coils for your tanks. Eventually, after use, these coils will burn out, fail, what have you, and you need to replace them. And that's the center portion and the wick, and it just screws in there. Very straightforward and easy. A good way to tell is when you start getting a burnt taste or very low vapor, you can swap your coil out. Like I say, this is my 8th day doing this, actually vaping. So I'm not, as far as longevity of the device, I'm not quite sure how long they're gonna last. I've got all the links at the bottom of this video to help if you really want to get started with this, because it's a great thing. I mean, it's awesome. So, and then you just sit and vape. And this particular battery has a 10-second cutoff. So if you hold the button for longer than 10 seconds, it'll automatically cut off to keep it from overheating. And that wouldn't be good. You don't want that. So, but anyway, and of course it comes with or you have to order it separately actually, is a micro USB connector for the battery. And the neat thing about this is you can plug it in and there's charging, you see. And you can vape while you're charging, which is great, which is awesome. I thought it was really cool. So, anyway, another thing you may want to invest in, and I'm glad I did, is a small container from Walmart, like a food storage container, like a microwave or whatever. This keeps all your juices and your supplies all in one central location. They have some little bags and stuff out, but they're a little bit too feminine for me, so I'm not going that route. These tanks are the best ones to use when you first get started because they only hold 1 milliliter. Now, when you advance in your vaping, you can graduate to one of these, and this is a 3 milliliter tank, which is far more bigger and holds more juice. So, and when you tighten these, I can't stress this enough, you just want to get it finger tight. You don't want to be He-Man, because you can actually tear the battery up and also the tank, and that's not good. But here's the iClear 30 tank, and as you can see, the tip swivels. It's got a real good solid feel to it. So I'm going to have a vape from that. So yeah, very, very good performance. I'm very impressed with these devices so far. Like I say, it's different from traditional tobacco smoking, but if you give yourself time, you will learn to like it. I know I have. I found a couple flavors that I like. The menthol is really good, but there's so many different grades. Some of it says it has tobacco flavoring in it, and some of it doesn't. So you just have to play with different flavors until you find what you like. This is very economical. It's a lot better than traditional tobacco smoking. Just to start up, between the tanks, the battery, the charger, and 2 little vials of juice, ran me about $58 and so with shipping. And in the beginning, you kind of, for startup reasons, this is gonna be higher because you're getting more flavors. You know, you're new to it, you're buying a lot of stuff. But over time, it's a lot more economical. Like I say, I never paid any more than $8 for one of these little vials, and they last a long time. So definitely go for it if you're trying to get off of smoking and you want something better that's going to be better for you health-wise and for your wallet. This is definitely the way to go. And I could get into all the technical things of it but I'm not going to, because my video would be 2 hours long, and I know nobody will want to watch all that. But basically, this battery has adjustable wattage, so you can make the vape a little bit stronger, weaker to your preferences. But like I said, go to a local shop. They have a lot of local shops carry these things, head shops, and ask questions and go on the internet and search. The only thing I don't like about this vaping deal is the parts, which are these, are not really readily available at like Walmart or some other retailer. So if something breaks, you're kind of screwed. But I think that's when it would be a good thing to have backups, or go get disposable e-cig to have just in case. I tried those blue cigs and Mystic back a long time ago, and I was not impressed at all. I mean, it was terrible. But these are great. I mean, it's like night and day. I mean, I'm to the point now that I don't even want a regular cigarette. I don't even like the smell of a regular cigarette. So that really helps. And someone that I work with has smoked for 33 years and has quit using this. So it's not marketed as that, but it definitely does work. So I would say go ahead and do it if you want to do it. And it's very easy to do. And they've even got mods out that are bigger batteries that'll last like over a week without charging. So, and they're a little bit more expensive, probably around the $55 range, where this was only like 24, 27. So it all depends on what your budget is, what you want to do, what you want to spend, and all. But knowledge is power. You're definitely going to have to go on the internet and read, and you're definitely going to have to go and talk with friends that do this. Because it's kind of like a mad scientist world right now, because they're not regulated by the FDA and all this other stuff. And another thing, make sure your juice that you buy is made in the USA. That's very important. There's a lot of crap out there, the Chinese made crap, and you don't really know what's in it. These, they prominently write the ingredients on the package, and if you buy from Desert Vapes or the ones I've listed, Johnson Creek and the Vapor Room, they're all made in America. Those are good sites, so I would stick with them. Or your local shop probably has stuff that's made in America, but don't buy that Chinese stuff. Just don't do it. This is a lot safer, better for you. There's over 4,000 chemicals in a tobacco cigarette, and in this there's only like 3, and none of them are these things are used in food, the chemicals that they use here, so they're not going to hurt you. So it's great. And it has nicotine, obviously. And another interesting thing I found out is that you don't have to use nicotine in these. They make these without nicotine. So if you ever want to explore that route of it, go ahead. I mean, eventually. I actually enjoyed smoking, so I wanted something with nicotine in it to keep me, But I think that about covers it. Like I say, all the links are down here at the bottom, so go and buy some stuff from Desert Vapes. It's a great website. It's kind of hard to navigate, but if you click the links and add them to the cart, you should be fine. But like I say, good luck, and I hope this video helped you. Have a good night.